Hi, I'm Mark Sargeant. What many of us may be surprised to hear is that lamb is the meat for adventure cooking. The most versatile meat there is, it's used around the world to cook with a range of delicious spices. There are so many recipes bursting with flavour that lamb is perfect for. So I've teamed up with Simply Beef and Lamb to show you how you can be more adventurous with your lamb recipes. Today I'm going to show you how to cook a mini lamb roasting joint with warm spices. Mini roasts are one of my all-time favourite meal ideas. They're simple to cook and they're perfect for a midweek supper or for when you're cooking for a smaller amount of people and you don't have as much time. For a medium tenderness, this recipe takes around 35 to 40 minutes with about 15 minutes preparation time. To get started, you're going to need one 350 to 400 gram lean mini lamb leg or shoulder roasting joint, 450 grams of small new potatoes quartered, 2 medium red onions peeled and cut into wedges, 4 tablespoons of oil, 3 fresh bay leaves torn. For the warm spice mix you will need 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric and 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, along with some salt and freshly milled black pepper and the juice of 1 small or half a large orange. Now to start off, it's really simple. You just need to preheat the oven to about 180 to 190 degrees centigrade. And then we're going to form the base for our lamb dish. Now we're going to use these as the vegetables and the garnish, and it's amazing because the lamb will roast on top with all those spices and all the juices from the lamb and the flavouring of the spice mix is going to permeate through into our vegetables. So we take our potatoes, simple as can be. We'll put them into our roasting tray. They're not cooked, they're just cut and rinsed. Then our onions. I always like to use red onions. You can use white onions if you want to, but red onions for me have a lovely sweetness. They look fantastic as well because they add a lot of colour and they're just perfect for this dish. So nice chunks of red onions, but remember to leave that little core on because that core will hold them together into wedges so you won't end up with them all falling apart. So that's the base. Now season up with salt and pepper. Always freshly milled pepper and sea salt. Then we take our bay leaves, 3 beautiful large bay leaves. You can use other herbs if you like. Rosemary goes perfectly well with lamb, some fresh thyme, but bay leaves are wonderful because they're quite hard and they stand up to this roasting. So as simple as this, we just tear in and then we take half our oil and just need to drizzle that over. And that'll just help sort of the sizzle of those vegetables. And then kind of just mix them round nicely. Make sure that it's mostly coated with that oil. Now, for our lamb. This is where I get excited. This lamb is beautiful, and as I said earlier, perfect for small parties. You know, that will serve 4 people nicely, beautiful slice, and we're gonna make that taste amazing in a really simple way. So we need a large bowl, and we're gonna add our spices. So, our cumin, wonderful spice, cumin, just smells absolutely delicious. Our turmeric, again, it gives a wonderful golden colour to the dish as well as adding fantastic flavour. And our coriander, really lovely. Then, our oil. We want to make a paste that's going to slather over our lamb. And then, just for a really zesty, fruity twist, we're going to add our orange juice. And then mix that in. Delicious. And remember, if it smells good, it's going to taste really good. So, that's our marinade. Come on to our lamb, our beautiful, beautiful piece of lamb, a mini roasting joint. It's lovely and neat, so we're going to get beautiful slices out of there. And to allow the marinade to really permeate into that meat, we're just going to slice over with a very sharp knife, just a few scores. And then literally, we put our lamb into the marinade. And this really does show you the versatility of lamb, that you can mix it with so many different flavours and spices. Now, ideally, if you have time, make this a day before and leave it overnight because when you wake up in the morning after 12 to 24 hours of marinating, this will be absolutely delicious. So, we have our vegetables, our potatoes, our onions, our bay leaves, the oil and the seasoning in there, and it really is a case of just lifting up our lamb, pushing that in the centre, and then just spoon over a touch of the marinade, and then during the cooking process, you can just add a little touch more of that if you want to. You don't have to. Actually, if you leave it overnight, there won't be too much of that marinade left because the lamb will have absorbed it all. And now it's time to put that in our oven, which we said before was preheated between 180 and 190 degrees for approximately 40 minutes. And look at that, straight out of the oven, it looks delicious. Nice caramelised lamb, I can smell those spices. The potatoes are beautiful and crunchy, lovely little soft bits of onion. Absolutely delicious and ready to serve. And for more recipes and ideas of how to be more adventurous with your lamb cooking, just go to www.simplybeefandlamb.co.uk and have a really good look around.